Hello again, Staci Lambright with Akron Office Space. We are here with Julie Johnson today, and we are going to talk a little bit more about the clubs and programs that the Boys and Kids Clubs of the Western Reserve offers to the Summit County area residents and children. There's so much that this organization does that we probably won't even get into everything, but we have a website for you at the end that will show you that you can go in and learn a little bit more yourself about them, but we wanted to give you a good idea of what some of the main areas are that your children can be involved with. So welcome again, Julie.
Thank you.
And as far as some of the clubs and programs, I'd like you to touch base, I guess, a little bit on each of those so people know what you do.
Sure. So Boys and Girls Clubs of the Western Reserve, we have three main core focus areas that are academic success, good character and citizenship, and then healthy lifestyles. And so to give you somewhat of an idea of some of the different programming that we focus on, so for academic success, we do something called Stride Academy. And Stride Academy is it's an interactive computer-based program that measures students along a continuum based upon the core curriculum standards set by the state. So third grade reading and eighth grade math are two of the biggies. And of course, that all ties into, we're an after-school partner with Summit Education Initiative. Okay. And increasing those proficiency scores are also a portion of United Way's Bold Goals and the GAR Foundation's goals for their funding proposals this year as well. Wow. So as you can imagine, it's a huge component in the community here.
Well, we also know that the school system keeps changing their standards and they keep changing their testing requirements, so it's great to know that there are programs out there that can kind of assist with that.
Sure.
And then with the other organizations, you mentioned GAR and United Way, to help them out is just another benefit, I guess, of being involved with your organization.
Correct. And so what I'm seeing the community do is start to collaborate around moving the needle intentionally on these specific points along the educational continuum that we know are effective. Okay. And we're glad that we're able to be a part of that.
That sounds, it's in depth, I'm sure. So to kind of break down some of those programs that are offered, you have them for different age groups for the kids and the different grades?
Yes, we break them down based upon their age groups. Stride Academy runs for kids 6 through 18. So the program can really work and help them achieve along the continuum that entire time. But the biggest concentration that we focus on as a part of Summit Education Initiative is that third grade reading and the eighth grade math.
Okay.
We also hit upon readiness for transition from middle school to high school, and then of course graduating high school with a plan for the future, being college or career ready.
That's great, because not always do we really focus on these life skills that sometimes kids are lacking in, because they're kind of just taking maybe a college prep course, or they don't necessarily know what happens after high school. What do I do, and how do I get there, and now what?
Right. So. And we find that a lot of our students are first-time college students if they make that selection. So when we have programs such as Diplomas to Degree that kind of help kids explore that, what is like for college. We do some college visits. We help them prepare for their ACTs and their SATs, help them enroll, even navigate some of the financial system to receive an offer to attend college. And then also we have Career Launch, and Career Launch helps our students explore different careers that they might want to pursue following their high school education.
Oh, that's great, because they might not even know what questions to ask. Correct. Or what job area to even know that they might be good at or want to do.
Right.
So to even go through something like that seems highly beneficial.
And our community is so great with inviting us into the workplace. So we also have kids that go to different employment opportunities throughout the city. A few that I can mention. There's so many I can't possibly mention all of them, but the Summit has had our kids come in and do kind of like a DJ for a day type of a thing and explore what it would be like to be a DJ. We have Goodyear, where the kids go visit the Goodyear facility and kind of get to have an overall view of what happens in the day in the life of someone who is employed for Goodyear in a wide variety of perspectives. And So it's
Oh,
really
that's
helpful
awesome.
for the kids to put the pieces together and kind of see what it's like, different
Yeah.
careers and different learning environments.
That's awesome, because usually you typically have to wait till you get into college to go do an internship or go shadow somebody or have a co-op type of thing.
Correct.
But if you can do this now,
Mhm.
that helps them make that decision of what direction they're going to start to begin with.
Correct.
They don't have to change their major 4 times like some
Sure.
people do.
And then we also have interns as well who
Okay.
come into the clubs who serve as our volunteers, and sometimes we have paid internships and sometimes they're volunteer internships. It just kind of depends upon the circumstance, but that also gives our students another level of engagement with students
Yeah.
similar to their age, to kind of talk to them and explore, well, what is it that you do in an internship, what is college
Oh,
like,
that's great.
those
Yeah,
types
both
of
sides
questions.
of the coin there.
Mhm,
Okay.
it's great.
Oh, that's great. Some of the clubs you had mentioned, the LeBron James Club.
Mhm.
What does that involve? What does that-
The LeBron James Club serves children who are ages 6 through 18, so they kind of have the full gamut. So they break them down into smaller components of age group, and they participate in all of our learning activities based upon that
Okay.
structure. Because the teens also work, so part of the good character and citizenship is we have a torch club, and we also have youth of the year. And so our youths of the year and our torch club members, who are the leadership level, and the teenagers also work with the younger students as well. So it's
Okay.
really kind of a very interactive
Yeah.
social model with multiple age groups engaging. And I wanted to also mention, a lot of people have questions about the LeBron James Club, so it's not uncommon that someone would ask. So I like to take the opportunity to be so grateful for LeBron James and everything he's done for the Boys and Girls Clubs. His relationship is actually with the national level. As we spoke a little bit earlier, we're an autonomous affiliate. So most of the celebrity relationships that are through the clubs are actually through that Boys and Girls Clubs of America. But we would not have the LeBron James Club if it were not for the LeBron James Family Foundation, because they provided that initial seed money to renovate half of Joy Park Community Center into what is the LeBron James Club today.
Okay, that's great, because part of that is it's always going to help keep a program going, or a facility being available to even host programs that people can be a part of. So it's very
Correct.
important.
Correct. So he provided that initial seed so we could actually have the club, and then through a wide variety of other funders and individuals within the community who make charitable contributions, we're able to keep that club perpetuating.
That's awesome. Okay, and speaking of that, another way to get involved, we mentioned previous discussion that people can volunteer, but you could, if you can't volunteer, you can also donate.
Correct.
And keep these programs going.
Yes.
So I'm assuming there's different ways they can do that, just over the internet or
Yes.
by calling.
Yes,
How
they
do that?
can either send a check, or most conveniently, of course, is through our website. And we have a direct link there where you can just click and you can set up a one-time donation, or you can set up a recurring gift.
Okay.
And then throughout the year, we have traditional newsletters that go out, and there's generally a remittance envelope inside the newsletters or the annual report. And then sometimes we have a letter that specifically goes out asking for gifts that
Okay.
particularly maybe target something in particular. Overall, it costs $1,200 for one student to have one full year of programming at the Boys and Girls Clubs.
Okay.
However, our membership is only $20 for the entire school year,
Oh.
which also, as we mentioned before, includes snack and dinner, as well as all the educational programming. And then that's from September through June, the regular Akron Public School District time
Okay.
frame. And then during the summer, we also have a summer program that operates 9 to 5 with breakfast, snack, and lunch, and that costs $40 per week. So an entire summer would cost $360 for your first student,
Okay.
and then any student after that's 50% off, so it would be $180.
Okay.
However, knowing that we have a lot of families who are challenged to pay that amount for their student to be engaged in summer activities, we also provide scholarships.
Okay.
And scholarships
Great.
are generally available in February.
Great. I mean, that's encouraging for a lot of people that might think that they aren't able to do this. There are other ways that
Correct.
can happen. So people that make a donation or volunteer their time or go through and get the scholarship would make a lot of this happen
Yes,
for a lot of people.
Correct. And so those donations do go towards scholarship and also for the families who are unable to pay. So when you give a gift to Boys and Girls Clubs of the Western Reserve, you really are truly impacting our children, because the majority of the dollars go directly to programming.
Right, and I have seen some of these statistics myself where the impact is actually happening. There are some statistics out there, and there are success stories for a lot of the people that are part of your programs. They do work, and they do give people that boost or edge or information on how to make their lives better and how they can contribute. One of the other programs I don't think we talked about yet was the Healthy
Lifestyles?
Healthy Lifestyles.
Sure.
And maybe you can touch base on a little bit of that.
Sure. Well, Healthy Lifestyles has a physical component and also has an eating component, because we teach kids. We have programs like Kids in the Kitchen, where they actually prepare meals and they learn about nutrition, and they have a set amount, as you will, a grocery budget. You and I have a grocery budget when we go to the grocery store. Yeah. So we try to apply practical life skills. So they will actually go to the grocery store and they will plan out, and they'll have X number of dollars and have to plan out X number of meals, and it has to be healthy. So they'll shop for their healthy meals, and then we allow them to cook some of the food in the kitchen as well, just to kind of experiment. And we'll have a lot of different groups that come in and do fruit smoothies and show them how to make fruit kebabs and veggies and all those good things that our kids aren't normally exposed to, but they get that hands-on learning and they actually get to prepare the food. Right. And then the active lifestyles component, we always provide physical activity for our children every single day. It's important. So whether it's just kind of like an impromptu session in the gym, or it's an actual structured game that we play that is based upon physical activity, we make sure that they get physical activity every day. And then Healthy Lifestyles also includes a component about making smart choices. So two of our programs that we have are called Passport to Manhood, and that's the component for the young men, and then Smart Girls is the component for the young ladies. And it kind of covers a lot of health, hygiene, health, making good decisions throughout life, healthy relationship choices, all those things that are challenging kind of when you're navigating that youth to, I guess they're calling them tween to teen challenges through those years, and so these programs
changing,
help.
So you never know what challenges they're going to face.
True.
And
that's true.
We mentioned the exercise, which is also great because, as we know today, everybody's very device driven, and they sit a lot more, whether it's video games or whether they're on a phone or another tablet of some sort. They aren't moving and exercising enough, so that's great to hear that.
And obesity is a real challenge for our younger generation. So for the first time in history, our young children are not going to necessarily outlive the age of their parents. Because of obesity and sugar and the inactivity of lifestyles. Correct. So that's something that we battle against with the Healthy Lifestyles. Yeah. And the kids love to have fun and play.
Yeah, and they might not realize it until they actually get to a program where they can do it. So I think that's awesome to be able to keep that in the forefront of people. So it seems like there is so much, like we said before, to even be able to cover all these programs, all these clubs, all these different opportunities for kids. Please check out their website so that you can see all of these things and know more about different programs, different clubs that you could have your children be involved in, or recommend it to even a friend who has children if yours are grown and gone or something. Again, that website is www.wrkids.org.
Correct.
And you can find them on Facebook, you can find them on LinkedIn, you can find them on Twitter. Is there anything else that I'm forgetting?
I don't think so. I think we covered all the social media.
Anything you're on, you can check.
Or you can stop by one of our locations physically.
One
of the things that I hadn't mentioned before is that we often do club tours where you can actually come in and see the kids in action. So if you're looking for a volunteer opportunity, or you're a donor and you want to see your dollars at work, just call us and we'll schedule an appointment for you to come in and actually see what we do at the clubs.
Yes, great to see it firsthand and know what it is is all about. It's easier to also physically see something. So
Right.
different ways, many different ways that you can contribute, volunteer, get your kids involved. Anyone in Summit County, as you said,
Correct.
is able to be a part of this. So any last thoughts, any last words for our viewers?
Not at this moment.
I think we
Thanks.
covered
I
a
think
lot.
we covered a lot.
There is, and there's so much
so
more.
much more.
There is so much more. So please check it out. Again, that's www.wrkids.org. And thank you again for coming.
Thanks so much
appreciate
for
it.
having me.
And thank you for watching.